In today's video, we're going over the artifacts, baby. Let's get into it. Now, you can access the artifacts from the character screen, and you see all these things floating around your character. And now, as you can see under mine, I have these plus 16, plus 16, plus 10, plus 10. You know, what does all this mean, right? You have no idea. And then you come over here and you see like these set bonus things. Like, there's a lot to grasp here, right? The main rule about artifacts is you don't have to go as far into it as you want. You know, like the min-maxing part is super fun, but if it stresses you out, man, just don't worry about it. And I'll leave like a simple artifact ruling in a second, but just know that if you want to min-max and you get every tiny little percentage number that you want, then you can go for that. All right, so the first thing to note about artifacts are their sets. So as you can see, you can click the set button right here and see all the artifacts you have and what sets you have them for. As you can see, I have 71 Berserker sets. That's kind of crazy. I have so many. You got Instructor, Lucky Dog, Traveler Doctor, Adventurer, Martial Artist. Each of these sets has a different like bonus set to it, right? So let's just go down one by one. I'm going to click on this flower I have on my Shangling here. Now these numbers right here, this is just the artifact itself, right? It has flowers are just straight HP. All of them are HP. Every single one of them are going to be HP. So this one I have leveled up to plus 16, so its HP is pretty high at 3,500. Also, since I've leveled it up, I've gotten a couple extra of these little mini abilities. These get added on as you level up the abilities. You know, I have plus 30 defense, plus 16 attack, HP, crit rate, all that. So keep that in mind. Flowers mean HP. Next is a feather. Now feathers are, the flower and the feather are like the two most important combo ability artifacts, right? So the flower is attack. All of them, every single one of them is just raw attack. There's nothing extra to it, it's just attack. You want to get the biggest punch you can get with this feather here. So I have this one leveled up all the way as well, and it matches the same set if you've noticed from the past flower. So on my Shangling I got 232 attack, and then like I said before, I've leveled it up max, so I have 4 extra little abilities here: HP attack, HP defense, all that good stuff. And so the next 3 and the sets are all random, right? You could get anything on them. You could get HP, attack, cryo, damage, defense. You could get literally anything. Elemental mastery. They're all just completely random of what the possible bonus could be. So quick wrap up here. Flower means HP, feather means attack, and the last 3 are random. And so what I'm going to tell you here is what you're going to want to do is, if you can tell a trend from these artifacts, if you look on the right, I have almost all of them pumping into attack. Now keep in mind that's also because they're on Shangling, which is my main like damage DPS character. So throughout the world of Genshin, you're going to be constantly getting dropped artifacts and stuff, and you may see that you may have this one, but it's not the same as here. That's because every artifact can drop with a different role, so that adds the farming aspect of the game. You know, if you need to farm a boss for a certain artifact until you get a physical damage bonus one, then you have to do that for your character. And that also goes back to the min-maxing thing. You don't have to really do any of that crazy grinding min-maxing part of the game. It does help, obviously. The little bonuses here and there definitely help. If you were to just like make sure you got like good numbers and good leveled, and you know, you make sure that it makes sense, you're gonna be okay. My basic rule of thumb, especially for damaged characters, are just pump into attack. At one point I had a pyro damage bonus on Shangling somewhere, but I switched it out for this physical damage bonus since she is a physical attacker with her spear, on top of this attack buff, this attack buff, the flower attack buff, and then the big beefy health bonus. So I actually have my 5-star artifact on my Barbara, and the reason for that is 5-star artifact is going to give me more health. Obviously it doesn't give me more health right now, but when it hits level 16, and it can go even higher than 16, it will give more health. The reason I have more health on my Barbara than my main damage character is because Barbara is a healer, and the way her heal works is she heals your team or a certain character based on how much HP she has. So the best thing you're going to want is, you know, your Barbara to have as much HP as possible. On top of the fact that this Royal Flora is connected to this set called the Nobilis Oblig. Jesus. If you have 2 artifacts from this set right here, it gives you an element burst damage of 20%. Now that's cool and all, but the real treasure here for Barbara is the 4-piece set. Using an element burst increases all party members' attack by 20%. Now, if you check your set menu and you scroll down, you can see I only have 1 of that set, so I'm not going to be able to even get that 4-set bonus until I get 3 more. Alright, so we're back on Shangling here, and I'm going to explain the sets a little bit more. So you can tell what set it is by obviously this little green text right here. If you click anywhere else, you know, Instructor, Berserker, Exile. So what happens is when you combine this sets, right here I have a Gladiator's Finale. You can also tell by the title of the artifact. This one's called Gladiators Blank. This one's called Gladiators Destiny. You see that, so they're in the same set. So when you combine a set, this little green checkmark will pop up, meaning you have a 2-piece set with that character. And like I said before, since I own both of these artifacts and they're both on Shangling, she now has a plus 18% attack. But as you can see, there's only 5 artifact slots, and there's a 4-piece set like option. So basically, the best most use out of your artifacts is going to be either a 2-piece plus a 2-piece plus a solo, or a 4-piece plus a solo. Right now, since I don't have that many artifacts in the game, or that many like different ones or good ones, I'm rocking a 2-piece, 2-piece, 1-piece, right? Now keep in mind, if you are rocking a martial artist, or if you have one thing and this green check mark is not lit up, that means you're not getting any extra bonuses from that artifact, which isn't a bad thing. Just be sure that you have at least 2 or at least 1 green check mark lit up around your character. So yeah, just collect every chest, kill every boss. You know, that's how you get the artifacts. Once you collect a ton of them, then you can really look at them, sit down for a few minutes, break it down. What do you want this character to do? Do you want this character to just dump out damage? Do you want this character to just have really good support? All that stuff. We're gonna jump on my Fischl here because my Fischl is a little bit different as well than my Xiangling. Since my Xiangling is my main, I spam with her, you know, I click left click with her, she's my damage. Fischl is my big support for her. That's because I drop Fischl's E with Xiangling's E, and then Xiangling does the damage. Then for my other 3 artifacts, I have energy recharge, electro damage bonus, and then crit damage. I'm sure you're playing this game, you're seeing elemental mastery, you're seeing elemental skill, elemental burst. What are these? If you back out to this menu and click artifact details right here, it's going to bring up this big beefy number chart here. Alright, so it says right here that elemental mastery, the higher a character's elemental mastery, the stronger the elemental energy that can be released. It increases damage caused by vaporize and melt by 35.6%. Also increases damage caused by overloaded, superconduct, electrocharge, shattered, and swirl by 85%. Now, if any of you guys watched my elemental guide, which link will be in the description below, superconduct, overloaded, and electrocharge are the 3 best element combinations in the game. So if you can increase that damage by a number larger than 80, like, that's actually insane. Defense is definitely important, don't get me wrong, but I promise you, I'm pretty sure you're just going to want straight attack, because there's ways to avoid damage, plus there's healer characters. I'm going to have a whole advanced movement, attack, boss fighting guide in the future. Alright, the next 2 things we're going to cover are elemental skills and elemental burst, and which one is which. These things are referring to both your E and your Q ability, your ultimate and then your little small ability. The elemental skill is your ultimate, and the elemental burst is your little E ability. Also, this 5-star flower is looking pretty nice, and that's why I got a video coming out tomorrow to show you how to get this 5-star flower. You can get this 5-star flower for free. You can put it on your Barbara, you can put it on your main damage, you can put it wherever you want, and you can get it for free. So keep on the lookout for that video coming out tomorrow. You can get these from bosses, Domain of Blessings, which is in my domain guide in the previous video. You get them all the time, opening chest, everything. So be sure to stockpile a ton of them, look through all your separate roles, see if you got what you wanted, infuse the ones you didn't into the ones you want, and put them on your characters and level them up. And that is how you do more damage, you'll live longer, you'll hit harder, and Genshin Impact. And guys, if you made it this far in the video, I appreciate it so much. The support on the channel has been kind of crazy. It's been less than a week, guys, and we hit 100 subscribers. We actually hit 100 subscribers, which is something unreal, honestly. I know that sounds ridiculous for some people, but 100 subs is actually like insane. That I went from 7 to 100 in less than a week, and we're above 100 now. We're like at 104 or something. So thank you guys so much. Tomorrow is the 5-star artifact video, how to get this for free. So be on the lookout for that tomorrow, and thank you guys for watching.